So we're just getting started breaking apart our wireframe onto separate layers. There's lots of cool tricks and techniques that I want to show you to achieve this. We've already seen one, which is using the rectangular marquee tool and setting his style to fixed size. So for instance, the next layout component that I want to go after is going to be the main navigation menu. Now, unfortunately, because I removed the strokes from my wireframe objects, it's pretty tough to see where the header ends and the main navigation menu begins. So what I could do is I could go fixed size, and then I could set the width and height to the dimensions of the main navigation menu. That's one option. Although I'd love to show you an alternative. Here's what I'm going to do. This is a lot simpler. What I'm going to do, first of all, is I'm going to select layer 1. That's the base layer where all of the wireframe objects reside. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back up to the options menu. I'm still on the rectangular marquee tool, right, over inside the toolbox. I'm going to set his style to normal, okay, which means I can just click and drag and sort of freehand out a rectangular selection at will. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring my cursor, about here somewhere. I want to make sure that I'm above the main navigation menu, okay, above and to the left just a little bit. And I'm going to click and drag out a selection all the way across my layout, something like this, okay? And notice that I've gone below the main navigation menu as well. I'm halfway between the main navigation menu and the slideshow there, okay? So something like this. I'm pretty sure that I have the entire main navigation menu selected. If you want, what you could do is you could disable the visibility of your header layer just to make sure. And sure enough, the entire main navigation menu is enclosed inside the marching ants, as I call them, the selection here, okay? And don't forget, I have that base layer selected as well. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to create a new layer based off of this selection. And I could go layer and then down to new and then down to layer via cut. Or I could use my keyboard shortcut, which I prefer to do, which is Shift-Command-J here on the Mac or Shift-Control-J over on the Windows side. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Command-Shift or Control-Shift and then J on my keyboard. And notice now I get a new layer inside my Layers panel, Layer 2, which is comprised of only the pixels that resided inside that selection that I had created. Okay, pretty cool trick. So there you go. And of course, I want to make sure to rename layer 2. I'm going to double click on him and I'll call him nav menu, or just menu would be fine as well. Okay, so there we go. There's our main navigation menu now isolated on his own layer inside the layers panel.